Hello, wrestling fans. Joe Wheeler here for Triton Championship Wrestling. And, folks, we've got a great night of action here for you. And, Chance Gibson, come on in here. We've got to talk about it. You have got a situation going on here with the new New York Express. What are your thoughts on this?
My thought is like this, Joe. Let me tell you people something. First thing I want to say is, hey, Christian, how's the eye? But, you know, you guys like jumping me, doing 2-on-1. You got those two little floozies out there. You got Bonsai, Bob, Falachi. Well, I got two surprises for you. First surprise is Dirty Dave, come on out here. Karloff, you remember Dirty Dave. He managed you about 2 years ago. But see, I went back to my roots and I found something. I went to New York City. I found the man, the only man. He's everybody's nightmare. He's the boogeyman. I found him in New York City. Come on out here. There he is.
You got that right, brother. How you doing, Joe? What's up, brother? My man right here, Gibson. Look out. We're going to be bowling, squalling, climbing the wall. Old time Jubilee. Blood's going to flow like wine. It's happening. We're here. It's going to be revenge. Brother, New York City.
That's one,
it.
baby. Right
be
here.
there. All my people, all my brothers and sisters, don't you dare. Don't you dare miss this one. Yeah.
Dave, come on. I understand we got some special guests coming in tonight. We're at the back door here. And, yes, sure enough, Playboy Jamie Gibson walking in here. And I got to get your comments, man. What are you doing here at Triton Championship Wrestling's event tonight?
Well, listen, I heard there's a good bunch of guys. I heard there's a lot of competition here in TCW. So I had the night off, man, Miss Lynn, so we thought we'd come and check out the action. I'm not wrestling. I'm just here to watch. So, you know, if you don't mind, just take your little microphone elsewhere, all right?
So you're here purely as a spectator this evening?
Just as a spectator. I'm going to watch everything that happens. They said it's good competition, so I'm going to watch and see.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Jamie Gibson here in Triton Championship Wrestling as a spectator this evening. Wrestling fans, Joe Wheeler here for Triton Championship Wrestling, and joining me is the Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant. Jimmy, you got a big tag team match here later on in the hour with Triton Championship Wrestling.
Sure got that right, Joe Wheeler. I'll tell you something, me and my partner, Gibson, we're going to take it to him, you understand? And I told you just a few minutes ago, you know the greatest wrestling fans in the world, they're right here in North Carolina. All right.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant, the one and only. Ladies and gentlemen, don't touch that dial. We've got a great show in store for you right here with Triton Championship Wrestling. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Joe Wheeler here for Triton Championship Wrestling as we've got a Cruiserweight title matchup in the ring right now as you've got Lance Jericho winding up on the arm of Big Doc Johnson. Doc Johnson, of course, our current Cruiserweight champion right there with a beautiful suplex up and over. And referee Patrick Nicholas in there only got a 1 count out of that as Johnson now caught his man right there, hip toss into a modified powerbomb and got a 2 count out of that exchange as we've got a Cruiserweight matchup here with Triton Championship Wrestling fans. We're glad you're tuned in, turned on, and checking out TCW, no matter where you may be joining us from, as Johnson right there up and over his man. Nice sunset flip and almost got a pinfall out of that. Got a 2 count out of that exchange as Johnson in the white and black taking on Lance Jericho in the tank top, white T-shirt. And Jericho right there just drilled his man with a beautiful DDT. Referee's in and got a 2 count on that one as well. Man, I tell you what, you got to love the action and excitement of these cruiserweights right here in Triton Championship Wrestling. Jericho reversed right there on the Irish whip, coming across, reverses the hip toss, up, and leg scissors takeover there on the current champion, Doc Johnson. And referee's in and got a 2 count. Johnson was able to get his foot up on that second rope as Lance Jericho is controlling the action at this point in time. Lance Jericho, of course, is your challenger in this title matchup. Johnson, the champion, just went up and over right there, right over that top rope, and Jericho caught him, snapped him down across that top rope. Now Lance Jericho going up to the top rope. He's going to come down on Johnson here. He's going to try to. Johnson's out on that concrete floor, just kind of staggering about. And oh my, what an incredible dive right there as Lance Jericho dove several feet in the air, coming across on Big Doc Johnson, your current cruiserweight champion. As Jericho now has pulled his man back up into the ring. Jericho's up to that top rope. Johnson has no idea where he's at. As Jericho now on that top rope, he's getting ready to hit him again. Oh, beautiful leg scissors takeover right there on the current champion. The challenger's in, got a pinfall, and only got a 2 count on that exchange. What great action here with the cruiserweights as Lance Jericho challenging for the cruiserweight title against Doc Johnson. Both men under that 200-pound mark. Doc Johnson coming to us from Tampa, Florida, weighing in right at an even 200 pounds. And Lance Jericho from Whiteville, Virginia, weighing in at 180 pounds. And fans, I tell you what, hope you're enjoying the action of Triton Championship Wrestling. As Doc Johnson right there with a nice suplex on his challenger. Jericho, referee jumping over there, got a 2 count out of that. Patrick Nicholas going that extra mile to make sure that he got in there for that cover. And he certainly did, as the champion now back on his feet, controlling the action here with Triton Championship Wrestling. Fans, we're glad you're tuned in and checking out the action of TCW. Be sure to join us for some of our upcoming dates in the area, all over the high country and the mountains of North Carolina, as we will return to Jefferson, North Carolina on March the 25th. Ricky Morton of the Rock and Roll Express is scheduled to be on that event. And oh my, Johnson just threw Jericho up into the lights on that one, as Doc Johnson controlling the action. And like I said, we are coming to you from Jefferson, North Carolina at the National Guard Armory tonight, as we will return on March the 25th, and Rock and Roll Express Ricky Morton will be on that event. Also on the March 11th, and we got a pinfall in the ring, as Jericho got a 2 count there out of that exchange. On March the 11th, we will be in Mountain City, Tennessee at Johnson County High School. So be sure to join us for some great Triton Championship Wrestling live coming to an area near you real soon. As Jericho now has returned this situation around on the champion, and he's got him down in that corner, just putting the boots to him. And Lance Jericho is controlling him at this point, coming across, and oh man, he got him right there on that bottom turnbuckle in a Bronco Buster style maneuver, as Doc Johnson was turning this situation around now. Oh my, beautiful belly to belly suplex there. This could be it. Referee's in, and only got a 2 count out of that one. Man, I tell you what, the action and excitement of Triton Championship Wrestling with these cruiserweights here, as Doc Johnson now has got his man under control. And hopefully referee's warning him, keep whatever he's going to do above the belt. As Doc Johnson, of course, is our current cruiserweight champion and taking on Lance Jericho, the challenger. Johnson here is in control of the situation. How much longer that lasts is yet to be determined. He's got him now in a spinning toe hold, classic maneuver here, a la Dory and Terry Funk from many years ago, as Jericho's got him rolled up. And they got a 2 count out of that. As I tell you what, this young man, Lance Jericho, coming in here challenging Doc Johnson for the Cruiserweight title, has done a magnificent job with an incredible dive off the top rope earlier. Now Johnson takes his man, shoots him into the ropes. Jericho coming across, and oh my, he just drove him into the canvas there. As Jericho now being dragged back to his feet by the current champion, Doc Johnson. Johnson's got him double arm underhook right into a nice suplex there. As Johnson very technically sound. He is the current cruiserweight champion. He's going out now, climbing the ropes. He's up to the top rope. Here's the current champion, Doc Johnson, setting up, coming across. Oh man, he was going for a big splash there, missed it completely as Jericho was able to move out of the way. And I tell you what, the action of these cruiserweights is very exciting here in Triton Championship Wrestling. Both men trying to regain their feet. And I tell you what, both men have had it taken out of them. A lot of high impact maneuvers, a lot of high flying already in this matchup, as Doc Johnson now has got Jericho set up. Possible power bomb, possible suplex, many ways he could go from here. Oh, man, what a power bomb. He drilled him into the canvas on that one. But it seemed to have taken some fire out of Johnson as well, as both men are reeling from the effects of this contest. We're about at the 7-minute mark in this contest as both men are trying to regain their feet. The Cruiserweight title is on the line in this contest as Jericho seems to be making his way back to his feet. He's going up to the top rope. It looks like he's stepping out of the ring. Looks like he's going for some more high-impact offense from the top rope. That's exactly what he's doing. And Johnson hit that rope and caused Jericho to crash down on that top turnbuckle as both men precariously battling for position here as Johnson now got him set up. Possible. Oh, Jericho's reversed it. Big swinging DDT. This could be it. Referee's in. And sure enough, there's your pinfall. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, and new Cruiserweight champion, Lance Jericho's captured the Cruiserweight title here in Triton Championship Wrestling. Fans, we're back right after this timeout.
Think you know how to take it? Think you know how to fly? Be a part of the hottest sport today with Triton Championship Wrestling's Wrestling School. Call 423-727-7319. Don't just lay there. Get up and kick somebody's. Don't try this at home. Try it at the Triton Championship Wrestling School. 423-727-7319.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Flex Appeal there having some words with Jamie Gibson. And wait a minute, his opponent, Brian Fury, coming out after him as we've got a matchup here. Got started a bit impromptu as Flex Appeal and Brian Fury are hooking it up here in Triton Championship Wrestling. And, of course, Flex Appeal having a problem with Jamie Gibson being at ringside here this evening. And, of course, we caught a quick interview earlier with Gibson when he was coming in the building, and he made it clear to me that he was here purely as a spectator this evening here with Triton Championship Wrestling. As Brian Fury coming across right there, caught Flex Appeal with that big clothesline. Fury now dragging his man back out to the center of the ring. And, caught him right there with a headbutt, possibly below the belt. Referee Bob Falacci right in his face on that, because I believe that was probably a second low blow on Flex Appeal. Fans, we're glad you're joining us here with Triton Championship Wrestling all across the high country of North Carolina, the Mountain Empire of Johnson City, Boone, and all over the area as Brian Fury just driving in those boots on Flex Appeal. I want to let you know that Triton Championship Wrestling does have a professional wrestling school that you can have your opportunity to step in the ring and prove your wares here with TCW. If you're interested in training to become a professional wrestler right here with Triton Championship Wrestling, give us a call today. That number is area code 423-727-7319, and that'll put you in touch with the TCW Wrestling Training School. As Brian Fury now has got Flex Appeal set up. Nice suplex there as Flex Appeal is really getting it taken to him here by this young man, Brian Fury, here in this contest with Triton Championship Wrestling. And Fury coming to us from Marietta, Georgia, weighing in at 205 pounds. And he's got Flex Appeal kind of staggered at this point. Both men very equally matched, both of them right at that 200-pound mark. And Flex Appeal just got driven in with that DDT right there as Fury is taking a moment to pose, and that's not very advisable as referees in and got a 2 count only on that, as Brian Fury doesn't seem to be too happy about not capturing that pinfall right there, as Flex Appeal now is just stunned and staggered over there in the rope as Brian Fury is just working him over here in this contest with Triton Championship Wrestling. Fans, want to remind you also, be sure to join the action of TCW Live. We will return to Jefferson, North Carolina on March the 11th, and back over to Jefferson on March 11th, and on March the 25th, we'll be in, on the 11th, will be in Mountain City, Tennessee at Johnson County High School, and on March the 25th back here in Jefferson, North Carolina at the National Guard Armory with Ricky Morton on that card. And flex appeal right there just nailed Brian Fury with a spear, and I mean he nailed him with that one. Full extension there and just drove into him. He could have cracked a rib or two on that one. As flex appeal now taking over on Brian Fury. He's got his man set up. Possible suplex coming up here. And sure enough, drove him in there as 5 minutes have expired in this contest. And flex appeal is really taking it to Brian Fury now. He seems to be stalking his man, almost cat-like, waiting to see what his next move is going to be. Flex appeal there with a big chop right there. And Fury now reversing, laying in a few chops of his own, and putting the boots to him. As referee Bob Falacci asserted his authority right there, trying to get him to break it up out of the corner. As now Brian Fury, what a clubbering blow right to the back of the head. As takes flex appeal now, sets him up, coming across. Appeal now drove his man right there face first in. This could be it. And flex appeal just yelled to the crowd, it's time. Flex appeal now takes his man, sets him up, looks like a reverse DDT possibly coming up. No, turns it around into a neck breaker, and this could be it. He's moving over, he's got his man covered, and wait a minute, Gibson's hit the ring. Gibson's hit the ring, and he's putting the boots to flex appeal. Oh my, Gibson just charged in there, and he is putting the boots to him. He's got a chair now. Referee Bob Falacci just is out of there. And wait a minute, Gibson said he was here purely as a spectator, but he looks like he's trying to break the leg of flex appeal. He's trying to break the ankle and leg, and Brian Fury's all over it, helping him out. Man, oh man. Gibson said that he was here purely as a spectator. Oh my. He just drilled Brian Fury right there. As Gibson has just destroyed both men in this contest, and he's not done yet. Man, I tell you what, Gibson has proven he was here for a little more than just to be a spectator this evening with Triton Championship Wrestling. And he's made his way back into the ring again. Now he's grabbed Brian Fury, and what's going to happen here? Oh, the lady comes across and drives him in. My, oh my. Fans, we're going to bail out of here. We'll be back after this timeout. Joe Wheeler here for Triton Championship Wrestling. Want to bring in the Bruise Brothers. They're a couple of the competitors in the Tag Team Battle Royal this evening, the winners of which get a shot at the Tag Team Champions here in TCW. Jake Bruise, I want to get your comments going in on this.
Joe, first of all, I'd like to say thank you very much for the invitation into TCW. We have came down from Chicago. What we're coming in for now, we're looking for the greatest tag team competition that you can find here in the TCW area. What we're looking for now is to go into this tag team battle royal, not only just to make our presence known, but to let you know that we are going to win this tag team battle royal and that we will get that shot at your tag team champions, and we will take those straps. You got something you want to say, Elwood?
Yep. That's right. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the Bruise Brothers here in TCW.
Think you know how to take it? Think you know how to fly? Be a part of the hottest sport today with Triton Championship Wrestling's Wrestling School. Call 423-727-7319. Don't just lay there. Get up and kick somebody's. Don't try this at home. Try it at the Triton Championship Wrestling School. 423-727-7319.
All right, wrestling fans, the action and the excitement is underway, furious and underway with the Tag Team Battle Royal. The winners will be declared the #1 contenders for the Triton Championship Wrestling Tag Team titles. And I mean, it's breaking down all over the place. We got guys all over the place. The action way too fast and furious to even try to call. But I tell you what, they are hooking it up everywhere. As we've got all the referees out here for this one, trying to maintain some semblance of order. Man, I tell you what, just pure insanity everywhere you look. Men fighting all over the place, as we've got about 16 guys in there right now. And it's almost impossible to call all of this action. The members of Death Row 2000, of course, in the black and white stripes. Homicide, murder, and arson, the three members of Death Row 2000. We've got the Atlantic Coast Connection, which is Flex Phenom and the Saltwater Redneck. The Bodies, the Creepers, Bad Attitude, the Bruise Brothers, the Nerdy Boys, the Underground. Man, I tell you what, they are all over the place here, as we've just got pure insanity. The Nerdy Boys, one of the Nerdy Boys, Gilbert there, working on one of the Creepers. Death Row 2000 all working as a tandem over there in one corner. I mean, it is breaking down all over the place. As the action excitement of Triton Championship Wrestling, one of the Death Row members is taking it to one of the Nerdy Boys. I tell you what, it is all over. Just pure insanity in here with this tag team battle royal. And the way this works is the man must be thrown over the top rope or pinned in order to be eliminated in this contest. As the Nerdy Boys trying to work over one of the Bodies. Death Row members all over the place. Bad Attitude. Man, I tell you what, this is just insanity, as men are just fighting all over the place. One of the Nerdy Boys has got Death Row 2000 right by the face, ripping at his face and mask. I tell you, these Nerdy Boys, they're just insane. You got Dilbert and Gilbert, the two members of the Nerdy Boys. And we just got a fight everywhere, as Flex Phenom back over there in that back corner. The Creepers now, one of the Creepers getting worked over by Bad Attitude. Just got caught with a big chop right there. And again, as, man, I tell you, this is just insane. We've got a fight everywhere you look. Right here with Triton Championship Wrestling. Oh my, we've got one man eliminated here, as he's been dumped over the top rope. And one of the members of the Creepers right there just got dumped over, man, they are just fighting all over the place. Flex Phenom being choked over that second rope by one of the members of Death Row. And man, I tell you, this is just too insane to even try to call right here with Triton Championship Wrestling. We just got fights breaking loose everywhere. One of the members of the Creepers, one of the members of the Underground, I believe now has been eliminated. I'm not even sure if they realize their partner's been eliminated. Man, one of the members of Bad Attitude just got dumped right there, as it is breaking down all over the place. I tell you what, this is too crazy to even try to call. One of the members of Bad Attitude's been eliminated, so his partner must leave. There you see his partner stepping out of the ring in the silver pants. So Bad Attitude has been eliminated. So basically, let's see, we've got the Nerdy Boys, we've got Death Row 2000, we've got the Atlantic Coast Connection still left in here, and the Bodies are still left in this contest, as this tag team battle royal is breaking down everywhere. As one of the members of Death Row 2000 now working on one of the Bodies, and the Saltwater Redneck right there in the camouflage, ball-headed Saltwater Redneck working over one of the members of Death Row 2000. The Bruise Brothers are still in there. And, man, this is just breaking down everywhere. We've got a fight in every corner you look at. One of the members of Death Row 2000 almost being eliminated on one side. The other one's having his head pounded under every turnbuckle. Looks like one of the Bodies, one of the Bodies just went up and over thanks to the Atlantic Coast Connection, which is Flex Phenom and the Saltwater Redneck. And there went the other member of the Bodies team. So we're down now. Wait a minute, there went one of the Death Row 2000 guys. And Worm, out of nowhere, Worm just caught him with a steel chair, dumps him back in the ring, which is really appropriate since you got to go over the top rope to be eliminated. Flex Phenom setting up on top rope. Beautiful Frankensteiner right there by Flex Phenom on one of the Bruise Brothers. Flex is a high flyer, I tell you what. Here he goes up top, Oh, caught his man. Beautiful moonsault right there on one of the Bruise brothers. The Death Row members have been eliminated. So now we're down to 3 teams. We've got Flex Phenom back up on that top rope, getting ready to come across. He caught his man right there. The Bruise brother did. Big power bomb. And the other member of the Bruise brother now coming across. Big knee drop from the top rope as we're down to the Nerdy Boys, the Bruise brothers, and the Atlantic Coast Connection in this tag team battle royal. It's breaking down everywhere. Wait a minute, they're with the Saltwater Redneck. So the Atlantic Coast Connection team of Flex Phenom and the Saltwater Redneck has been eliminated. We're down now to the Bruise brothers and the Nerdy Boys. We're down to the last 2 tag teams here, the Nerdy Boys and the Bruise brothers, as the Saltwater Redneck and Flex Phenom, the Atlantic Coast Connection, have been eliminated, and Death Row members are still running around this place. Man, I tell you what, we've got it breaking down all over. The Bruise brothers right there just got run into one another, as the Bruise brothers are not faring too well. The Nerdy Boys have got control at the moment. Dilbert and Gilbert, there's Dilbert setting his man up, comes across, big punch right there by Dilbert of the Nerdy Boys. And of course, he's still got toilet paper hanging out of the back of his breeches from, I guess, the last time he went to the latrine, as he's got a blatant chokehold going now. We do actually have a referee in here in the ring, as the Nerdy Boys have got the Bruise brothers under control. Man, oh man, what a tag team battle royal this has been right here with Triton Championship Wrestling. As Jake of the Bruise brothers now firing up on Dilbert of the Nerdy Boys. As now it's both Nerdy Boys are in the ring. One of the members of the Blues brothers on the outside, as now the Nerdy Boys setting up Jake and caught him right there. Both of them nailed the man. Uh-oh, wait a minute, they're doing a little dance. And big double elbow smash there by the Nerdy Boys. This now, oh, wait a minute, there's Elwood over there, the Blues brothers, or the Bruise brothers taking a nap. And wait a minute, we've got all 4 now. This is Texas Tornado style, as Jake and Elwood of the Bruise brothers taking on the Nerdy Boys. And look out, Dilbert, oh, wait a minute. He's whacking everybody with that kendo stick, as the Nerdy Boys are controlling the action here, as that kendo stick came into play. As Dilbert and Gilbert, the Nerdy Boys now coming across, caught his man right there. Dilbert setting up, coming across, oh my. He leveled him with that, and referee's in, and we got a 3 count, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the tag team battle royal right now, #1 contenders, Dilbert and Gilbert, the Nerdy Boys. Wrestling fans, Joe Wheeler here for Triton Championship Wrestling once again. Right now I want to bring in Major Payne and Steve Houston, his manager. And guys, you've got this ongoing situation here in Triton Championship Wrestling against Excalibur. Want to get your comments going in on it.
Let me ask you a question, Excalibur. Have you ever been through war? No, you haven't. I've been through war. And when I get done with you tonight, you're going to wish you had.
That's all. He don't talk around here. I'm the one that talks here, okay? Anytime you ever want to talk to him, you talk through me. Yes, sir. Okay, #1, he wants his title back. He ain't going to get his title back tonight.
Hey! Oh, wait a minute. Excalibur stepped in here now. Excalibur, hold on.
Let me give you a little piece of advice. Let me give you a little piece of advice, Cripple. You stay out of my way, Cripple. All right? And as far as you're concerned, let me tell you something. This is a dog-eat-dog world right here.
Not here.
And I'm coming after your bone right there you got.
Do it in the ring.
I did a little research on you, pal, and I know why you're not in the service anymore, because that little accident you had. That's why I renamed you G.I. Jane.
Yeah, hey, do it in the ring. Do it in the ring.
Come on right now.
Do it in the ring.
Cane or no cane?
Think you know how to take it? Think you know how to fly? Be a part of the hottest sport today with Triton Championship Wrestling's Wrestling School. Call 423-727-7319. Don't just lay there. Get up and kick somebody's. Don't try this at home. Try it at the Triton Championship Wrestling School. 423-727-7319.
All right, wrestling fans, oh my. Major Alan Payne starting off right away on Excalibur here in this contest for the U.S. title with Triton Championship Wrestling. And oh, wait a minute, he's got that cane in there, and he's working him over with the cane of his manager, Steve Houston, who's over there, John, with the referee, Patrick Nicholas. And man, this U.S. title matchup starting off right away with quite a bit of insanity as the referee's tied up with the manager. And Excalibur now firing back on Major Payne. Excalibur firing up on Major Alan Payne. And now Excalibur with the cane, but the referee caught him. As Excalibur is explaining, wait a minute, you missed it. He whacked me with the cane a couple times. He's just trying to get his due in there. And referee Patrick Nicholas trying to explain to him this is not a hardcore rules matchup. This is for the Triton Championship Wrestling United States Championship. As referee just gave that cane back to Steve Houston, the manager of Major Alan Payne. So we've got Alan Payne on the right side of your screen, Excalibur on the left side, as they getting ready to lock up and get this matchup started in a proper and official manner. As Major Payne having some words with the fans here at ringside, as Excalibur is keeping an eye on Steve Houston down there on the floor. And man, I tell you what, Major Payne of the War Dogs defending the United States title here in this matchup against Excalibur. And it looks like they're going to start off proper and with a lock-up collar and elbow as Excalibur's moved his man back over into the corner. Now Excalibur, well, nice clean break right there as the challenger Excalibur on the left side of your screen now moving over to the right side. He, with a nice clean break there, good fan favorite here in Triton Championship Wrestling. They've locked up collar and elbow once again. Excalibur bulls his man back over into the corner. And oh my, Major Alan Payne right there just caught him with a right hand when the referee Patrick Nicholas was calling for a break. As now Major Payne and Excalibur squaring off again right here in the action of Triton Championship Wrestling. Fans, we're glad you tuned in, turned on, and checking out TCW, no matter where you may be joining us from. As Major Alan Payne now has got Excalibur in a side headlock, driving his man down, as Major Payne continues wrenching in on that side headlock on Excalibur. Referee Patrick Nicholas right in there on top of the action. And, oh, Excalibur right there. Beautiful belly-to-back suplex there on Major Alan Payne as he drove Major Payne into the canvas. Excalibur now going over, grabs the leg. It's got him hooked up in a leg bar and wrenching in on that leg of Major Payne as Major Payne's manager, Steve Houston, right there at ringside encouraging the U.S. champion on. As Major Payne made it to that bottom rope, and Excalibur caught him with looked like a rabbit punch perhaps right in the back of the head moments before the break. That was a little bit out of character for Excalibur, but I think he's had a little bit too much of Major Payne and his manager Steve Houston. As referee Patrick Nicholas laying it down there to the manager Steve Houston at ringside. As Major Payne caught Excalibur with a cheap shot right there, coming in and now working him over with a series of hard right hands to the upper and lower body. And tell you what, you got to like this referee, Patrick Nicholas. He's asserting his authority in here, keeping everything on the up and up in this U.S. title matchup here with Triton Championship Wrestling. As both men square off back in the center of the ring. Oh, Major Payne went low right there and caught him with a low blow. Obvious low blow by Major Alan Payne of the War Dogs. And he's choking his man now. Looks like he's probably pulling at his face and mouth area, which of course is an illegal move. Excalibur caught him, now reverses the situation on him, got him in a side headlock. Shoots his man into the ropes on the near side and caught him right there with a clothesline, did Excalibur, coming off of the ropes. Now Excalibur takes Payne, sets him up, reversal right there. Excalibur got caught with a clothesline by Major Payne as well as Steve Houston, the manager of Excalibur, or excuse me, manager of Major Payne, right up there practically on the side of the ring at this point, as Major Payne now has got him down in an armbar, and he's biting his fingers. No doubt about it, he's biting the fingers as Major Payne denying it vehemently to referee Patrick Nicholas, but he is biting his fingers once again. And that time referee caught him. He's calling for the break too. And wow, Major Payne took it right to that 4 count. And wait a minute, he just shoved the referee, and referee Patrick Nicholas shoves him right back as the referee is asserting his authority here. And I tell you what, you got to respect the man in that striped jersey as he's laying it down to Major Payne, telling him he's not going to tolerate any of these blatant violations of the rules. They are locked up over in the corner now. Excalibur caught his man with a left hand coming out there, and Major Payne with a boot and a clubbing forearm blow to the back of the head, and again is Major Allen Payne now. He's got him in a version of a camel clutch and wrenching down and putting the pressure on the neck and back area of Excalibur, as Excalibur is not in a good situation here at all with Major Allen Payne, but he was able to reverse out of there, rolls him up. You may have him here, got a 2 count out of that, as Major Payne now bringing his man back up, and big headbutt there right to the top of the head of Excalibur. And oh my, that obviously stunned Major Payne as well, because he fell down after delivering that headbutt. And Excalibur now has got his man setting him up here, got him all set up there for that big right hand, and I mean, he waffled him on that one, did Excalibur, as he's now looking at the fans here at ringside. They're saying, give him one more. So now Excalibur dragging Major Payne up. And wait a minute, we got a reversal here, and oh my, Excalibur and Patrick Nicholas have just collided right there, and manager Steve Houston's in the ring with that cane of his. He's setting up Excalibur, and he just waffled Excalibur with that cane. Now they're setting him up. Major Payne's got the cane, Houston's got it, and oh my, that backfired completely. That backfired completely as Major Payne and Steve Houston. That plan definitely backfired, and now Excalibur's got Steve Houston. He's setting him up with a hard right hand to the side of the head as Major Payne still reeling from the effects. He was playing a bit of a possum though, and he caught him right there with a couple shots with that cane, as we've just got chaos all the way around. The referees laid out, the managers laid out, and Major Allen Payne of the War Dogs is choking the life out of Excalibur. This U.S. title match has deteriorated to nothing more than a fight at this point, as Major Payne and Excalibur now continuing to fight it out now, as Major Payne missed that clothesline. Excalibur right there caught him with a drop kick. I tell you what, Excalibur caught him with that drop kick. Now he's got the cane, and he's going to work over Major Payne. Oh my, and again driving that cane in to his ribs, as referee is still laid out at this point, and Excalibur now dragging Major Payne up to his feet. He looks like he may be setting him up for a suplex, possible BDT. Manager Steve Houston making his way back to his feet. Excalibur right there hit a big suplex. The referee's nowhere to be found. He's still laid out, as the referee, they're trying to get the referee revived. But wait a minute, Steve Houston once again with that cane, cracking Excalibur right across the back of the head with that cane. The referee is still knocked down. Now the referee's back up, and Major Payne is counting it, or excuse me, he's counting Major Payne on top of Excalibur. And ladies and gentlemen, we've got it. Major Payne has retained the U.S. title. Joe Wheeler here for Triton Championship Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, want to bring in Bruiser Graham at this time. Bruiser, you've got a big matchup here for the heavyweight title tonight against Worm. I want to get your thoughts going into this match.
Well, you know what? I tell you, TCW, this is where the best independent action is today. And I'm going to tell you right now, Worm, you signed an open contract to defend that world heavyweight belt against whoever. Well, I'm down here with Boogie Woogie Man Jimmy Valiant, and I put my name on the dotted line because, Worm, there's a lot of people that say you're a tough guy, that you're a real mean guy. But I'm going to tell you right now, Bruiser Graham comes from the old school. And where I come from, baby, we're going to see what you got tonight, and I just may walk out with your heavyweight strap.
Wrestling fans, want to let you know about some great Triton Championship Wrestling action coming to a town near you. On March 11th, Triton Championship Wrestling returns to Mountain City, Tennessee at the Johnson County High School. Also on March 25th, Triton Championship Wrestling returns to Jefferson, North Carolina at the National Guard Armory. Chance Gibson, come on in here. You've got some big matches coming up on the 11th in Mountain City and on March 25th back over in Jefferson. Want to get your thoughts on those?
Oh, let me tell you something there, Joe. Let me tell you all you people out there. Chance Gibson right now is running wild with the Boogie Woogie Man. We're going to take on the New York Express. They think they're going to get us from behind. They're going to attack us from all angles. Well, listen, brother, let me tell you right now, me and Boogie Man, we're going to take them on. We look forward to beating the streets with them, wiping up the mats with them. We're going to take it from here to Jefferson, Mountain City, everywhere we can get them at. We're going to take them on, brother.
There you have it, wrestling fans. Be sure to join Triton Championship Wrestling March 11th in Mountain City and March 25th in Jefferson, North Carolina. All right, wrestling fans, there you see the heavyweight championship here for Triton Championship Wrestling as referee Eric Foster displaying that heavyweight title as Worm, our current TCW heavyweight champion, will be taking on Bruiser Graham in this contest for the TCW heavyweight title. Referee Eric Foster's called for the bell. This matchup is underway as Bruiser Graham is on the left side of your screen, Worm's on your right. And Graham, of course, the more colorful of the outfits here. And Bruiser Graham now pulls Worm into a nice side headlock. Worm takes his man, shoots him off, coming across, and whoa, wow, what a power slam there by Worm. Moved right in for a quick cover there on Bruiser Graham. And, man, I tell you what, the action and excitement of Triton Championship Wrestling starting right off with a bang as Worm now coming across. Big splash in the corner on Bruiser Graham as Worm now takes his man, snapmares him over. And I tell you, Worm's the smaller of the two wrestlers in this event, but he is certainly taking it right to Bruiser Graham. As referee Eric Foster checking Graham over right there. Worm comes across, nice elbow smash there. And got his leg hooked and got a 2 count out of that. And managing Bruiser Graham this evening is the Leprechaun as he's pacing about at ringside carrying a kendo stick. As Worm now shoots Graham coming across now. Moves out of the way, did Graham. And Graham caught his man right there with a nice neck breaker as Bruiser Graham, a trainee of the legendary Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant, caught Worm coming across right there. Graham now drops in that knee drop right to the head of Worm. And Worm coming to us from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, 220 pounds. He is the current TCW heavyweight champion. As Graham now takes his man, sets him up, Irish whip across, caught him right there with that boot coming in. And Graham now, nice Russian leg sweep there by Bruiser Graham. Referee's in, and oh, wow, almost got the 3 count right there. Talk about 2.5, 2 3/4. I mean, that was right down on the money there. Referee Eric Foster, great official here in Triton Championship Wrestling, stayed right on top of the action as always. And Bruiser Graham driving that knee in the back of Worm and now clamping down on that trapezius muscle. This is a very, very painful nerve hold that Bruiser Graham is clamping in on Worm. Fans, we're glad you're tuned in, turned on, and checking out the action of Triton Championship Wrestling. And be sure to join us on March the 11th in Mountain City, Tennessee at Johnson County High School, and then back on March 25th back in Jefferson, North Carolina at the Jefferson National Guard Armory with Ricky Morton of the Rock and Roll Express headlining that event in Jefferson. As Bruiser Graham continuing to work over the heavyweight champion Worm, caught him right there with a big punch right into the abdomen, and Worm now is dropped down as the Leprechaun working him over there with that kendo stick, a series of jabs right into the ribs. And the Leprechaun, the little fella that he is proven a bit effective utilizing that kendo stick. As Bruiser Graham now looks like he's going for a big right hand, and he drilled Worm with that right hand. And I mean, he looked like he hurt his own hand there as he's shaking it off. Bruiser Graham now got a cover, and oh, wow. Once again, nearly a 3 count. Referee Eric Foster, great official, right on top of the action as Bruiser Graham now has got Worm cinched in with a reverse chin lock. As the Leprechaun right there at ringside managing Bruiser Graham this evening in this contest. And Graham now going to the eyes of Worm. And I tell you what, Bruiser Graham coming in here, a house of fire. taking on the heavyweight champion here in Triton Championship Wrestling. Worm's got him sunset flip. If he can pull him over, he got him down and only got a 2 count out of that exchange, did the heavyweight champion Worm. As Graham now has grabbed the legs, and tell you what, this could go many a place from here as Bruiser Graham now debating his options, and he kicks him in the abdomen. That was a legal maneuver there, no question about it. As Bruiser Graham now continuing to work over Worm, our Triton Championship Wrestling heavyweight champion. And Graham drives his head right into the jaw of Worm. And man, I tell you what, this match has been a lot of pain, blues, and agony for both men in this contest as they have really been going at it here. Graham now with an out signal right there. Looked like he thought he was going to put Worm away. Worm caught him right there. Oh, my, and they took referee Eric Foster out as well. Referee got knocked down in that situation as Worm now bringing Bruiser back up to his feet. Irish whip across, and Worm with a Samoan drop right there. Worm now has got Graham right where he wants him, seemingly. Worm going up. He's on that second rope. And wait a minute, the Leprechaun standing up on the ring stairs. He'd have never been able to reach that otherwise. Caught Worm with that kendo stick. Bruiser Graham's regained his senses. Referee Eric Foster's regained his senses. We've got a cover. We've got a 2 and a 3 count. And Bruiser Graham has won the heavyweight title. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and new Triton Championship Wrestling heavyweight champion, Bruiser Graham. There you see it, ladies and gentlemen. Bruiser Graham has captured the heavyweight championship right here in Triton Championship Wrestling. We're back right after this timeout.
You see, Joe Wheeler, you see my eye. They done it. They attacked me. Chance Gibson, it's over tonight. You went to New York and you went and got that old goat Boogie Woogie man. It's just, tell him, Falachi, I can't even take it. My eye hurts.
Chance Gibson, let me tell you something. You went to New York City. You went all the way to New York, wasted your money on plane fare and everything, to come back with the Boogie Woogie wuss and some dirtbag to wrestle us? God, we're insulted, Gibson. Get a life.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, from Triton Championship Wrestling, the new New York Express. They've got an interesting situation here tonight.
Think you know how to take it? Think you know how to fly? Be a part of the hottest sport today with Triton Championship Wrestling's Wrestling School. Call 423-727-7319. Don't just lay there. Get up and kick somebody's. Don't try this at home. Try it at the Triton Championship Wrestling School. 423-727-7319.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Joe Wheeler here for Triton Championship Wrestling, and we've got a tag team main event in the ring right now as we've got handsome Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant and Chance Gibson. Wait a minute. Boogie right there laying a smackdown on referee Bob Falachi. And Boogie now just running around giving a kiss to everybody as the boy from New York City, Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant, here in the house. And wow, I tell you what, this is starting off a house of fire. Insanity everywhere as the new New York Express, if you will, bailing out to the floor. Referee Bob Falachi clearing the ring as we've got Jimmy Valiant and Chance Gibson taking on Christian Kane and Rick Karloff in this main event tag team match here in Triton Championship Wrestling. There you see manager Bob Falachi displaying the title belts. And the action's underway right away as both men whipped in. Big double hip tosses there by Gibson and Jimmy Valiant. And wow, this is just taking off right away. Karloff and Christian Kane bailing out to the floor once again as Chance Gibson and the boy from New York City, Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant, controlling the action in the ring right off the bat. As Chance Gibson and Boogie Woogie Man Valiant are being managed by Dirty Dave this evening. And wow, I tell you what, this match started off with insanity all over the place as the new New York Express taking on the boys from New York City, Chance Gibson and Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant. And it looks like Valiant will be starting off for his tandem, and it'll either be Christian Kane or Rick Karloff for his team. And Karloff right there comes in the ring the hard way, as Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant now has got Karloff by the schnoz. He's got him right by the nose, no doubt about it. And Boogie now leading him over to Gibson, and there's a little tag team action, if you will, from Valiant and Gibson on Rick Karloff. Man, oh man, I tell you what, the action and excitement of Triton Championship Wrestling. Joe Wheeler here calling it for you, as Valiant now has got Karloff by the hair on his chinny chin chin, and the referee Bob Falacci right there broke that one up, and Karloff is just getting it from every corner he can. He's not getting any help from the referee, that's for sure. And Jimmy Valiant now just making a fool out of Rick Karloff at this point in the matchup. Man, I tell you what, it's great to have a true legend like Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant right here in Triton Championship Wrestling. And you talk about legends, there's no doubt Boogie Woogie Man is a true bona fide certified legend in the world of professional wrestling, and he can still mix it up with the best of them. Oh my, he caught Karloff right there with a double poke to the eyes. And once again, Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant, as only he can do, winding up on the arm of Rick Karloff right there. Makes the tag. In comes Chance Gibson. And Chance now coming across, big clubbing blow to the arm of Rick Karloff. And Gibson winding up on that arm of Karloff, takes his man, snapmares him over, and Gibson there drops down on the arm of Karloff. Referee's right on top of the action and got a 2 count out of that, as Chance Gibson now bringing Rick Karloff back up to his feet. Karloff and Christian Kane, of course, the current tag team champions here in Triton Championship Wrestling. Gibson there got a cover again, but Karloff was able to grab that bottom rope. And wow, I tell you what tag team action. Now Karloff finally showing some offense here, firing in a couple of shots there on Chance Gibson. Makes the tag. Here comes Christian Kane. And oh, he came in boot first, if you will, on Chance Gibson. Kane now moving over on his man, takes Gibson, sets him up. Irish whip coming across. And oh my, what a spin leg kick. What a kick there for a man who goes well over that 250 pound. He's probably close to 300 pounds. And caught him with that high kick, as manager Mark Falacci, Bob Falacci getting in there. And I tell you what, this is insanity, as Gibson is just getting worked over at this point by the tandem of Christian Kane and Rick Karloff. Karloff's made his way into the ring. Both men whip him into the far side. Big double elbow there on Chance Gibson, and referee got a 2 count only out of that one, as Karloff now cinching in, got a reverse chin lock on Chance Gibson. As Karloff cinching in on that reverse chin lock. Fans, I tell you what, enjoy the action of Triton Championship Wrestling on March 11th, coming to Johnson County High School in Mountain City, Tennessee, and on March the 25th with Ricky Morton over in Jefferson, North Carolina at the National Guard Armory. As Christian Kane and Rick Karloff made an illegal switch right there. Referee Bob Falacci didn't catch that, and Christian Kane now working that reverse chinlock over, and once again another illegal exchange by Kane and Karloff on Chance Gibson, and he has been grounded at this point in the matchup here with Triton Championship Wrestling. Fans, Joe Wheeler with the call on this match, as Karloff and Gibson now, the fans are rallying behind Chance Gibson. He's made his way back to his feet, firing in a series of elbows now. Oh, but Gibson got snatched down by the hair of his head, as referee Bob Falacci right in there reprimanding Karloff for his actions. And Karloff now with a very lazy pin attempt, but Chance Gibson had that foot on that bottom rope. As, wait a minute, we've got the managers now mixing it up out there on the floor. And Chance Gibson now being brought back to his feet by Rick Karloff. Karloff caught him right there coming across. Big boot or big punch to the abdomen, and oh my, dropped him right down face first. This could be it. Referee Bob Falacci's in and only got a 2 count on that one. As the action of Triton Championship Wrestling, the fans are rallying behind Chance Gibson and the Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant, as Gibson has been trapped over in the corner of Karloff and Kane. Christian Kane now whips his man in, caught him right there with a big punch to the abdomen. Karloff comes across, bulldog style maneuver, and Kane with a splash, Karloff with a leg drop. What great tag team work being brought to you by the new New York Express, Karloff and Christian Kane. As Christian Kane right now, DDT on Chance Gibson. He drove Gibson in on that one. Makes the exchange once again with Rick Karloff. And I tell you what, this new New York Express working very well as a tag team together right here in Triton Championship Wrestling. Karloff now cinching back in on a reverse chinlock on Chance Gibson. As the Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant, rallying the fans here in Jefferson, North Carolina behind this matchup. As Gibson has just been isolated and been worked over for a good deal of time by Karloff and Kane. And man, I tell you what, the insanity of this situation is prevalent as Christian Kane and Jimmy Valiant were about to square off over there in the other corner. Referee Bob Falacci checking in on the action here with Triton Championship Wrestling as Chance Gibson trying to rally his way back up. He's made it back up to a vertical base, fires in an elbow and a second on Karloff. Takes Karloff now, Irish whip coming across. Chance Gibson, oh man, double clothesline right there. Looked like both men got knocked down very, very sternly by that double clothesline. As referee now laying in the count on him. And the fans, of course, rallying behind Chance Gibson and the Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant. There you see Boogie Woogie over on the left-hand side of your screen. The tag's been made on one side, tag made on the other. Christian Kane and Jimmy Valiant coming in. Boogie Woogie Man with a series of hard right hands to the top of the head. Firing in one on Karloff. As Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant now making his way in. Looks like a big double noggin knocker coming up here. Oh yeah, that's what happens when minds meet right there. As Chance Gibson now going to work on Rick Karloff. Jimmy Valiant and Christian Kane are out on the floor, and Valiant just took Kane to the post. Chance Gibson's got Karloff caught in a sleeper hold. We've got it breaking down all over the place as the managers, the valets, everybody's fighting out here. This has just gone crazy as Jimmy Valiant's got Christian Kane choked over on the apron. Chance Gibson's got Rick Karloff. We've just got a fight everywhere. There is just no rhyme or reason to this. Referee's called for the bell. And Rick Karloff is out. And it looks like we've got new tag team champions. Ladies and gentlemen, your winners and new tag team champions, Chance Gibson and Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man. There you see the celebration, ladies and gentlemen, along with their manager, Dastardly Dan, as Chance Gibson and Jimmy Valiant had captured the tag team titles here in Triton Championship Wrestling. Fans, I tell you what a great hour of action this has been, and we've got new tag team champions right here in TCW. Wow, wrestling fans, what an incredible hour we've had here with Triton Championship Wrestling. We're backstage in the hallway right now. Sounds like there's a huge party going on. Dave, let's go see what's going on. Oh, yeah, we've got new tag team champions. We've got a party going on right here as Chance Gibson and Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant have captured the tag team titles here in Triton Championship Wrestling. Chance, come on over here, man. I want to get some comments with you and Boogie Woogie Man, the new tag team champions. How about it, Chance?
I told you, Express. I told you before. Triple B, the Boogeyman, boys from New York City. I told you we take you down. I don't care if it's in New York, North Carolina, Tennessee, up and down the coast, baby. This is what we're here for. Tell them, Boogie.
You know, Joe, I'll tell you something. These belts don't belong to Boogie Woogie Man and Gibson. These belts belong to the people, and the people, we're the people champions, and we will defend them proud, and they will be yours. God bless you.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The party goes on right here with Triton Championship Wrestling. Fans, be sure to join us next time out right here with TCW.